Commence. Let's make a video. I just did a recording. I wanted to discuss the fight, the Ronda Rousey fight, and I know that the people that watch my videos probably, small percentage are into MMA, but maybe they know about Ronda Rousey. They probably know about what happened, potentially, but I felt the need to reflect on it, so.
Ronda Rousey is back.
Let's have a go. Small percentage are into MMA, but maybe they know about Ronda Rousey. They probably know about. What's up, Alan? Fat brown buffalo. Medium-sized, light brown buffalo, we shall say. All right.
Ronda
First, we gotta
Rousey
edit
is
the audio,
back.
as you know. This is the process.
For 48 seconds, during which she got smashed in her face in probably one of the most lopsided beatdowns in championship history.
God, my audio quality is shit. I need to get a mic.
I want to give some of my thoughts about Ronda and the fight. First of all, I love the way Brazilians pronounce her name, which is Ronda Rousey. That will never not be amusing to me. That will never not be amusing to me.
Let me see if there's an example of Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey.
Caralho, everybody pay attention. It's Renato Laranja for
Pay attention. Hey, everybody pay attention.
I'm here with my girl. It's a MMA goddess, Ronda Rousey.
That's the best. That's a funny guy, Renato Laranja. He kind of is half joking, but he does have an accent. But I think he obviously knows her name is not that. But he flirts with her the whole time. I think he picks up on her at the end.
And then, I'm sorry, but why you have such? That's a very scary name for a girl that is so beautiful. It sounds like haunted housey, like you have some spirits,
Haunted housey.
Some ghosts. When I hear your name,
really?
Like haunted housey.
Wow, that's kind of cool. You should write that down for me.
That can be your nickname.
Okay, I like that.
So I'm surprised you come here to do. You already have a good
jiu-jitsu.
game for jiu-jitsu.
You have a great game for jiu-jitsu.
But let me start at the beginning. But let me start at the beginning. Ronda, I like Ronda.
Okay, so we're gonna cut it there because that's gonna be the first one. Oh, aren't you excited? We're making stuff. So fun. Oh God, it's so rewarding. Virtue. Okay, we're done. Moving on.
But let me start at the beginning. Ronda, I like Ronda. I think she's a very sweet girl. I think she's a very interesting, compelling character. I remember when she first came on the scene. And it was almost too good to be true because, let's be honest, when it comes to women fighting, there was a learning curve there. In terms of guys were not willing to accept women fighting necessarily. Even though the quality of fight was pretty good in terms of its entertainment value, the skill sets weren't up there, and a lot of times it would be very, very uncompetitive. Very uncompetitive.
Correct.
And on top of that, let's keep it even more real, a lot of the women were not attractive.
Ooh.
It would be just sort of, it would be either bull dyke lesbians or fat fucks. Get off the octagon, you fat fuck. Or just sort of rough women who look like they're coming out of prison or.
What am I talking about here?
Now look, it's not all about looks. it isn't about looks for the guys, but sometimes it is. It does play a part. There are a ton of guys that look like they're incredible fighters, but they're not at all.
I wonder who I should cut to there. Some guys back in the day that they looked completely yoked. And it's just like, oh, this guy's not good.
And it works the
Or
opposite
Kyle
way. The guys that look like
Kingsbury.
you could.
Let me see. Kyle Kingsbury. Oh my God. Pre-fight interview.
There's only television coming to you live for 11 round game. I guess if you've been watching it on YouTube, you won't have seen an awful lot of it either. But I'm getting the impression that you're probably going to want to test it out and put him on his back and see how he copes.
Well, I think that's been the game plan of a lot
Naked
of guys.
Kyle Kingsbury.
Karen Bryant for MMA Heat. This is a little bit intimate right now. We're here with Kyle Kingsbury at his mom's place. He's cutting. How far do you have to go?
Stage. Salt, and that's about it. Hot water and Epsom salt does the trick for me.
He's probably
I
on so
can
much
lose
roids.
about 8. Give me some meatloaf. You want meatloaf? No, that was a joke. Okay. Movie reference. All right, Ma.
This is great. Your
Got the
mom's a
Will
great
Ferrell
sport
line
about
on.
this. She's been.
Well, I first started 30. We can get you. Ski taught me a little bit about it as well, and water comes off easy to wear a little bit.
He's really doing well. He's continues to reach.
You know,
God, it's a 15-minute
that's
video
great
about
that it's his.
Kyle Kingsbury losing weight, cutting weight for a fight. Jesus. Did you guys catch the bullshit with Reese? That guy T is going after Reese now with some 22-second video straw manning him, saying, "Oh, libertarians, I'm all for liberty, but libertarians suck." And he's like, "Oh my God, gotcha, Reese." Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. So weak too. Just be like, do you think Reese doesn't have a counter to that? You don't think he's going to have something to say about that to clarify it within 10 seconds? Unbelievable. It's amusing.
Probably beat them up yourself. The way they're guys that look like you could probably beat them up yourself. Meanwhile, they're unbelievably violent and talented. Meanwhile,
Fuck
they're
this one up.
meanwhile they're unbelievably violent and good at what they do. But with Ronda Rousey, just like with Gina Carano, what you had was a very attractive girl who was bad. What you have is a very, very attractive.
What you have
is a very attractive girl who's a badass. Then you add on top of that her personal story, her charisma, her charm, her cutesiness, her vulnerability, that tenacious competitive spirit she had. She has a chip on her shoulder.
So much room noise. It's I got a fan. I got just talking into a goddamn iPad. What is it? iPod? I don't even know what I have.
And that chip is what drove her to become the champion. Chip on her shoulder. And that chip is what drove her to become the champion. She had something to prove to the world. She had demons she was constantly wrestling with. But it's also that.
Preach it, Devin. Preach it.
But that's also.
Get it right, Debo.
But that drive is the exact same thing that made her handle the Holly Holm lice. But that drive is
unbelievable. Take 10.
Is so ramped. But that drive is so ramped up that it's not actually good. It's not normal. So it ended up being part of her downfall in the sense that she handled that loss to Holly Holm miserably. I mean, we're talking call in the paramedics, get her a therapist ASAP. She's on suicide watch. Not kidding. She really wanted to kill herself. Kidding.
Get out.
Kidding. She really wanted to kill herself. This is bad. I equate it to like a Chinese gymnast. So you take a China girl.
David Bowie reference.
So you take a Chinese little girl.
China girl. 46 people watching. They like me. They really... What the fuck? Who are you? This is your one chance to talk to me. Your one and only chance to talk to the me. The. I like myself. Talk. Oh, is Erin here? Erin's like a fighter, man. She's fighting everybody today. And we got K.A. Fine Art here. She's very sweet. Well, we got a Nazi. Hey! Could be a Roman salute artist. Very cool. We got the Fat Brown Bee in the house. From Sweden. Turks are cunts. And that is a useful public service announcement. And, you know, they're just having a random conversation. Chats are weird, man. Who knows what goes on in chats? Imagine, like, trying to talk to a person, like, have a real conversation in a chat. Is that possible? Potentially.
You train her every day from the age 1.
From the age 1 is not going to fly.
You train her every day from birth. And when she's 10 years old, she's an Olympic gymnast. Usually they're 12.
Okay. I think my nerd voice is going to have a spin-off channel.
What have you done? Well, you've taken the steps necessary. You've created a formula that's going to make that human being excel at that one thing. Are there downsides? Yeah, probably. She probably doesn't get her period. Wow, I did not expect to be discussing 10-year-old Chinese girls' periods today.
Huh.
And she's probably going to have some social problems as she grows up because she was essentially abused as a kid and did not have a normal childhood. So Ronda's the same way.
How?
What made her great also made her fall so great.
Brilliant.
So great.
Brilliant point. Even hearing back, I said that point about 20 minutes ago, and just hearing it again, it's like, whoa. It's an honor to be me. It's weird. It's an honor to be me. I sometimes don't feel I deserve it. Like, I'm like, oh my God. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, another day I get to be me? Holy Christ. What did I do in a past life? I must have been just Mahatma Gandhi mixed with Mother Teresa, just amazing. What up, Devin? Says Father Time. Oh boy, that's grim. Grim reminder. How's your sickle doing? Are you a Nazi? No, they're talking. He's an edgelord, whatever it is. He's a National Socialist. Oh, he's talking about secular, democratic, ultra-progressive place. So let me tell you about my philosophy. Here's my political leanings. I'm happy you asked, actually. Thank you. I believe in white nationalism. Yes, correct. Devin, please make a video on Trey Melvin, a.k.a. This Is Commentary. Yeah, he's a gay queer, isn't he? He really does some longing looks into the camera, if I'm thinking of the right guy. I think he's super popular too, right? Yeah, this is a faggot. No offense.
It's so warm out here.
Oh, this is not his channel, though. Where's his actual channel? Don't know. Do you think Jenks' tits bounce up to his chin when he runs down the stairs? I think there's a lot of girth. I think a lot of excess. I think he's built like a like if you duct tape a couple of barrels together. You know, it's just like Fred Flintstone after binge eating for a couple of years. Devin, would you have sex with a femboy? What does that mean? If there's a boy at the end of it, no. You could paint it as... Would you have sex with a very attractive, classically good-looking, handsome, chiseled, lean... boy? If boy's at the end, it's not happening. I mean, I've been to Thailand where I was getting my dick touched by a lady boy. And she's like, you want happy finish? You want... Yes, flirting, like laughing. And I'm like, No, I'm like, feel the limpness. Feel the limpness of that dick, and that's your answer. Would you fuck Trey? I'll take a pass. What do you think of Jordan Peterson? I think I don't care about him. He seems like a nice guy, a good teacher. He's right about the points he's making. He's wrong about religion and a few other things, I'm pretty sure. But it's just not that interesting to me. I find it funny, though, that to say something normal, like what he's saying is absolutely, it should go without saying. And he's held up as like, wow, he's a champion of free speech. It's like, what? No, it's not. This is like, it's like saying, what do you think of Jordan Peterson? It's like saying, what do you think of that little boy in the story, The Emperor Has No Clothes? What do you think about him? I mean, he was brave enough to say the Emperor has no clothes on. He's fantastic. Put him on Joe Rogan. Let's get him on Sam Harris. No, let's not. Let's just, what? Let him get back to his teaching. But he's probably going to use his exposure well. He's going to dork out and talk history and communism and Marxism, whatever his topics are. He's one of the most racist popular YouTubers. Yeah. Yeah, it's so strange. It's so weird because he's the product of what is plaguing that community, which is no fathers. And I'm not convinced that not having a father figure and a male presence in your life does not lead to more gay children. These people look and act like women to the point where they suck and take dick. Okay, so the mannerisms, the body language, the persona, they sponge it from the parent. I'm aware that there are some genetic situations where somebody's gay or straight. It doesn't matter about your upbringing. Nurture has nothing to do with it. There are dudes who are gay as a daisy right out of the vagina. They get out of the vagina and they're like, ew, I'm never going back. Okay, but I don't know. I mean, there's a reason why there's more black gay people than white gay people by a lot, percentage per capita. And, do you think Trey's got a father? You think Trey's manly dad's going to cruise by and do a video with him? Just throwing the football around. No, not happening. What's up, Vex? What up, Bianca? Hello, K.A. How's Cornwall? Doxed! Doxed! She's in England, southwestern England. Go find her. Never stick your dick in crazy. A lot of good advice in the chat today. Hello, Marino. How are you? Devin, I'm not even kidding. Me and my brothers were raised by a single mom, and they're both gay. Exactly. What, are you black? Is this you? Rebecca, you have tats? Don't know. I'm taking a close look here. What do we got here? What the fuck's going on here? 6 subs. That's all I get? Enlarge. Enlarge that picture. God, made it smaller. The hell? Some bullshit. All right, I've lost the chat now because I clicked the link and oh wow, I'm actually earning revenue on this channel now. Buckets of money. Here it is. I can't get to it. How do I get to the goddamn chat? Help me. Help. Somebody help. Grandpa doesn't know how to do the internet. I'm back. By the way, Devin, just a thought. I wonder if it's possible that the virtue catchphrase is often be abused when people are honestly trying to make a valid point on matters of morals. Yes. You have to know when it's a virtue signal and when you're just rationally and in the flow of a conversation discussing something that is important, and the primary reason you're discussing it is not to exalt yourself. There's a very obvious difference. I mean, it's so stupid. People hear a catchphrase and they just will spit it out. They'll be like, SJW, that's a thing. So anybody I disagree with is now an SJW. Hey, you're an SJW. Or, hey, I heard somebody say identity politics a bunch. Hey, Reese, you're talking about anti-theism? Oh, that's identity politics, man. No, you've totally fucked it up. Language matters. Meaning of words matters. And if you don't know them, don't talk. Devin, my new neighbor has shitty little feral dogs that bark non-stop even, for hours. Any advice? You have to prep first. Buy bleach. You're going to need a muzzle. you're going to need a silencer. You're going to need a juicy steak. You're going to need a shovel. You will want to film this, throw it up on LiveLeak, earn some ad revenue from that. No, shady little feral dogs. Yeah, you got to go talk to them, and you got to cause a stink about it. If it's keeping up at night, you get the neighbors in together, and you go in and have an intervention. Call animal control. I don't know. It's going to be ugly. Hopefully they're reasonable, and I know they can do something about it, but we'll see. YouTube money, baby, rolling. I'm rolling in it. Can't count it anymore. It's so funny because that AdSense money is such a victimless crime. It's just like these little ads mean nothing. If you have an ad blocker, it's just you're not even going to see them anyway. I don't know does ad blocker mean I don't make money? Forget I said that. Laughing my fucking ass off, Devin. Phil Anselmo quoted you on Virtue. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah, this is some drummers from some metal band, right? Do you think that was a coincidence, or do you think he actually was quoting me? I don't know. I mean, is he the type of guy that would be into my shit? I imagine he's got groupie sex to attend to. Devin, do you support Israel because they are liberal? Well, apparently they're not considered liberal, at least the people in power now. But what it means to be conservative in Israel is obviously very different than out here. And there's also, you talk about one-issue voters, or with Israel, the one issue, which is the existence and the defense of the country and the ongoing dilemma with the Palestinians, that is the most important thing. You don't hear people over there talking about, other stuff. I mean, some of the students are protesting. They want better quality of life and, but it's rarely economic issues, social issues that comes out of Israel. I'm sure they have their issues internally, but the one big issue is that really what we're talking about when it comes to Israel, and I'm pretty solid on my take on that, and I've seen nothing to sway me to the other side. And it's very interesting when you see the people who are against Israel, or the fence sitters who are like, oh, I'm against both, I don't want to take a stand. That person, I can tell you 100 other things about that person just knowing their position on Israel. What does that tell you? I mean, imagine that. If you tell me I'm into mint chocolate chip ice cream, and then I'm like, okay, well, I can tell you where you stand on Black Lives Matter now. But I guarantee you, with an incredible amount of accuracy, I could do that. Thank you. No, thank you. Pantera. Yeah, I don't really follow Pantera. I could not name a single song of theirs, but thank you for turning ad block off for me, Vex. Devin, you heard about the death of George Michael? Yes, I did. I had to blow out the candles of my ongoing shrine for him. Good guy, died young, and then it came out that he did heroin, which is a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do drugs, and it's actually always more crazy to me when you have a multimillionaire, internationally loved, famous guy who has a life that he can orchestrate to his exact desires and whims, and that guy dies. Then it's like, ooh, damn, that's not good. Carrie Fisher's dead too. Correct. Free Palestine. Oh my God. I like with the German flags. So free Palestine, like the German way. Free them as in kill them. Patreon. There you go. Thank you. Keep earning. Go out there and earn money, and then turn around and give it all to me. Pay your tithe. No, I do appreciate that. Now, why don't I get back to trying to entertain? Drinking some coffee. The girlfriend is out shopping, getting us some food. It's her day off.
Fall so great. So for the non-UFC fans, just to recap, Ronda went on a tear, won all these fights. She's a jiu-jitsu expert. She arm bars everybody. She's a
judoka.
She's a judo Olympian. So she would flip girls,
flip it,
get them on the ground, and then lock in and then lock in and then lock in an arm bar. And everything was going great. And she started getting millions of dollars. and fame and even more fame and movies and interviews and photo shoots and magazines and books and everything possible. The world opened up to this girl. Now, what this does to you as a human being is very interesting psychologically. For starters, your drive and motivation to stay sharp and to fulfill your athletic potential must fade. I don't care who you are. If you have millions of dollars and are being and are having your ass kissed at every and are having your ass kissed every moment, and you got yes men and you got personal assistants and people are sending you gifts, and look at you, you're on billboards and commercials, and this is not a formula for staying a dominant champion, for evolving your game. And guess what? There's going to be a girl out there who doesn't have the movie deals or the photo shoots or the fame or the money. And she's going to come from a favela in Brazil. And she's going to be lesbianic and hungry. And she's going to call herself the Lioness. So this girl, Amanda Nunes. So this girl, Amanda Nunes. So this girl, Amanda Nunes.
Don't tell anybody I fucked up her name, or I'll come and find you.
Is no joke. She's young, she's hungry, and look at what is at stake for her. And look at what is at stake. A revolution for her life. She's got her lesbian girlfriend, who's also a UFC fighter. She's got a bunch of family members back in Brazil who could use a bunch of money. So she's hungry. Very much like a lioness would be. And she hits like a boy. And I don't say that as an insult. I say that as a fact. She throws with reckless abandon. She puts a lot of torque into her punches. She has long arms. She throws punches like she's trying to hurt you. It's not just for looks. It's not, hey, I'm doing cardio and I'm also pretending to be a fighter.
Yeah. Oh my God, look at this. Oh, let me touch it. Steak is what is at stake. Devin, have you seen the Spirit Science videos made by Patchman? Spirit Science? Are you talking about Pac-Man? I want to see you make videos on it. It's a piss funny topic. Jews are not from space. Don't believe so. Spirit Science. What is that? Ronda looked completely untrained. Yes. For real. No.
You know, kind of like the Misha Tate thing. Like Misha Tate got into fighting because she wanted to drop a couple pounds and look cool. Now, she's a good fighter, but these people are not natural strikers. It takes a different type of person to throw a punch at a human being's face. Not for looks, not to just score a point on them, to impress the guy holding the pads. I'm talking about in the moment, in the cage, in front of everybody. In the cage, in front of him, in the cage, in front of everybody. And you're throwing bombs on somebody's face.
Oh God.
With bad intentions. Most people don't do that. Ronda did not do that. Ronda did Most people don't do that. Ronda did not do that growing up. You think she was having fist fights? No. And not even in her judo competition or and not even in her judo career or jiu-jitsu career would she have ever experienced striking. And I'm not just talking about someone's natural hesitancy to throw violent punches at somebody, but also to be hit. This is a very
hate when that happens.
This is a very unnatural thing. It's very unpleasant. It's like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the face. And this is something you can say. And this is a thing people say about certain fighters. They go, the guy doesn't like getting hit. And it seems weird. It's like, who does like getting hit? Well, there are some people. Robbie Lawler.
I think
Chris
I thought
Lieben.
about other fighters. I couldn't think of any. That whole time is me thinking of other people.
But for most normal human beings, the system is getting shut down. Your system is going to get shut down once you start getting popped in the face with power and with accuracy. But Ronda was told that she was some great striker. But Ronda was told that she was some great striker. She was some great striker. And who told her this? Edmund Tarverdian, a unibrowed Armenian, half-assed amateur boxing coach, I guess. This is a guy who has a mural in his place, at his gym, of Muhammad Ali and him, painted in the same style, sitting on the wall, saying nothing is impossible. Apparently not when you're comparing yourself to Muhammad Ali. I thought that level of audacity was impossible, but apparently not possible, but that audacity was impossible, but apparently not. So this douche hole goes around barking and being this weird Middle Eastern machismo, hairy, angry little Napoleon, just barking. Oh, he claims he's the greatest ever. He could beat this guy and that guy. He thinks he could beat Jose Aldo. I mean, he's a frigging douche, and you know it the split second you see the guy. And what does he do? He teaches Ronda Rousey how to strike. Ish. So he's taking this woman who is a
Deek. She laughs at Devin's jokes, and he tells her some details about his YouTube life. Kind of charming, if I'm honest. What happened? Yeah, my GF, it was in German and sounded angry, so it was probably Nazi. It's impressive that Devin did all of this in one big audio take. Does he script it? No. You're looking at all of my mess-ups. I mean, mess-ups is one thing. I think when you're talking to yourself and you know it's a recording, you are more lenient on yourself. You realize that there are do-overs. And when you're talking on the fly, like now I'm talking to you, when you fuck up, you have to power through it. You're committed to whatever you just said. All the clicks and sounds and pauses and yeah. Devin, have you watched Blade Runner yet? No, I haven't. Were you the one that sent me that link? Yo, Devin, it seems like basically the entirety of your 7% are generally superior to even your top 7% of males. Regardless, the quality is obviously disproportionate. Theories why? I think, by the way, is Vex Spice, are you a man or a woman? Yeah, women are generally better than guys, period. But when you have 93%, you're never going to talk to the top 7%. I'm sure the top 7% of the guys are good, but a lot of times the loudest people, the most obnoxious people, the most people that feel the need to, I don't know, voice their opinions the most are not going to be the top 7%. So I don't know. I don't know why, but yeah, I've been very surprised with the top 7%. And, I have weird demographics. Anybody does. You start a YouTube channel, you'll be it's so bizarre to see who comes to it. I got National Socialists and bronies and virgins and young and old, and it's bizarre. I got a letter today from a guy from Kenya. He's a refugee from Kenya, college student, and he's like, I came here to America and I was gonna be a regressive, and I didn't know about all the race problems here, and because we don't have it in Africa. But then I heard your videos, and you taught me how to stick up for myself and to voice my opinion about an assortment of other things, and how to stay clear-minded on it, and to like not be afraid to. So it's very cool from him. And I wrote back and I said, "You're black. Never write to me again. How dare you? This is a white-only inbox." And he understood, which was cool. And I said, "Look, I have a colored inbox, but you have to send it to a different email address, and it's colored@atheism-is-unstoppable@gmail.com." Diversity is our strength, says the brown guy living in Sweden. So he's surrounded by a bunch of blondes, and this guy comes in there with skin the color of mud. And all the blonde women, they're like platinum blonde, they're like these Nordic goddesses, and they're just looking at Alan going, "What are you doing here? Why? Why? What is your point? Dye your hair." It's actually interesting. A lot of the women in Sweden are dyeing their hair black to avoid getting raped. But what you see is also in reverse is some of the immigrants there will dye their hair blonde to try to fit in. And you're like, you're not fooling anybody. Who's worse at conspiracy theory videos? Alex Jones, David Icke. I don't know that guy. Jesse Ventura, he's pretty out there, but Alex Jones has got to take the cake. I mean, he's gone. Question, Devin. You said whites are superior, but if whites are superior, then why do they vote Trump? I didn't say whites are superior. Ooh, what are you trying to straw man me with that? And the whites that voted for Trump are not superior to jack shit. And they're dumb, ridiculous. I mean, if you're voting for Trump for racial reasons, oh boy. By the way, fun fact, Hillary Clinton is white, and so is Bill. But I guess whatever. Colored inbox. Question, Devin. You said whites are superior. What? Am I going crazy here? Kids, do you know in this newfangled information age, people crave stalkers? Yeah, I mean, followers and approval and validation, there is a power to it. It is addicting, and if you're doing something online and nobody cares, then it should make you think. Devin fans are superior to others. That dying, yes, it is true. I've seen it. What do you mean it's not true? Not all? Not all women dye their hair? It has happened for sure. You said whites are superior in the South African video. When? No, I didn't. Timestamp it. What are you talking about? Was I joking? Are you an anonymous anime icon? Oh my god, you are. Why am I talking to you? Oh my god, Nibush. What the fuck? Go think about your life. Devin, will your girlfriend participate with us in the making of the throat babies? Oh boy. I'll give her the last droplet. I'll empty double ball barrel of my man juice down your mouth snatch, and then I'll let the final drop be hers. Europeans are superior? No, I didn't say anything of the sort. I said the countries, white majority countries, are superior because they are. Are you hung up on the word superior? Is that like a weird thing that you can have a qualitative comparison between two things? Wow. Very, I think you're a scaredy cat. Neeb didn't do nothing, please. Tell that to his chafed anus. Devin's fans are superior because he regularly calls the cancer out for hours. Like, oh my god, I banned about 300 people last night. Get the fuck out. Majority of white men in California voted for Trump. Yeah. Well, the majority of California is inland California, and I find that hard to believe though, because the population of the cities. But white men were stupid, and they don't look. That's why I talk about race, because these dipshits don't know how to react to it. They're like, oh, I'm being targeted, and my identity is being attacked, and I'm being vilified. What should I do? Here's an idea: vote for a billionaire idiot. Why? How does that help any of that? What do you? They're just wrong. They don't know how to react. Why do you hate white men, Devin? Fuck white people, right? I do hate many white men, and yes, fuck white people. What's wrong with anime? What's wrong with anime is the reason is that you ask the question, what's wrong with anime, and don't know it. You don't know what you and your kind are like. Look at you. What this tells me about you? Just tell me if you're a virgin right now. Just start with that. Is there an anime fan that is not a virgin? Like, I don't even know why I converse with virgins. It's like talking to somebody who's like in the larval stage of life. It's just like, hey, little one day gonna be a caterpillar, or no, one day gonna be a butterfly. Butterflies don't turn into caterpillars. To learn biology, please. What's right with anime? Hate is driven. No, but you could be an anime fan, but if you make it your icon and you're anonymous and you go online and that day where you choose your icon, you go, what should I choose to identify the essence of me? And you're like, I know, anime. That says a lot. You could take that to a FBI profiler and he'd be like, yep, I know exactly what we're talking about. We're looking for a virgin. Fuck you. Yes, I am a virgin. Exactly. See, I mean, it's not, well, how old are you? Will 2017 be a good year? It depends. If there's an impeachment, it will be. Devin, what do you think about Michael Bay and Transformers movies? Shit, I would say. Like, shit with explosions and lens flares. And, you know, what's that? That chick in those movies is hot, but that little Jewish kid is an annoying little putsy fuck. Shia LaBeouf. Improving on the franchise. You're worried about the franchise of Transform? Fuck the franchise. The stories? Yeah. What are the Decepticons going to do in 2017? Who cares? Jesus. God damn it, dude. Go to a museum. Read a book. I don't even read books, but you read a book and you tell me what it was like. Stop virgin shaming. Oh, God, there's Alan. Alan, you know what your goal is this year. Don't even front on me. Now, get that donut out of your hand and go run around in the snowy fields of wherever you are. Roses red, violets are blue. Love me, Rue, because I love you. How did you do a new font? That guy's a musician. You're not a 45-year-old version of a virgin. Stop profiling. He's not. He's lying. He's got to be 14 or 15. I mean, if he is a 45-year-old virgin, then he's led a unbelievably sheltered and dysfunctional life, and it's actually sad. He's probably in some halfway home, and he's being catered to by his mommy. Mama, 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 mama. Okay, back to it.
So he's taking this woman who is
Who's a what?
high-level black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu.
Every one of her finishes, basically, is arm bars. Arm bars. And he's the striking coach. This is as useful as Mike Tyson's jiu-jitsu coach. And what does he do? Well, he wins the lottery. He gets Ronda Rousey. He becomes famous and rich. Oh my God, his whole life has been justified. And now look, Ronda is striking people. Her striking is now adequate. I mean, most of the time she uses it to get into range and clinch the girl and throw her down. But look, she threw a punch. Yay! So what is this turd? So what is this?
I was looking for an insult.
So what does Edmund, this Armenian dude, what does he say to Ronda when he... So what does
Take two. Oh
so
my God.
what does So what is Edmund's game plan for Ronda when they fight Holly Holm, who is a boxing champion, multiple time, veteran of boxing and kickboxing, clearly the superior striker. His plan? Strike with her. What happened? She got wrecked. She got elbowed and countered and punched and clowned, and then kicked in the head and sent into the net, and then kicked in the head and sent into the upside down.
I'll go with it.
It was devastating. I mean, and by the way, this is Ronda's reaction to, this is Ronda's reaction to that loss. She goes on Ellen, and she's talking about this. Okay, so
Okay, that is the second bit of audio. Very exciting. 7 minutes I rambled on for, but I will make it interesting visually, in case you're not enticed by my sultry tones. Okay, and that's Rhonda talking about how she wanted to kill herself. And the girlfriend's back.
okay, so this was a bad sign, and you feel.
Jesus.
And you feel bad. Okay, so this was a bad sign. And you feel bad for this girl because you think, look, if you're going to be a champion in cage fighting and you lose a match, you probably shouldn't be crying and be suing. You probably shouldn't start crying for weeks and months on end and become suicidal. Yeah. This might not be for you. You might need to sort out your inner demons and be willing to take a loss a little bit better than that. Again, Rhonda is a great girl. By the way, her choice...
Snowing? Alright, it's snowing outside.
Again, Rhonda is a great girl. By the way, her choice in coaches and men has a lot to be desired. So she's making some effed up choices, and she's become what she claims she hated, which is a do-nothing bitch. And it will surprise literally nobody. Will surprise literally nobody if she decides to retire in shame, with her head down, after 2 consecutive losses. Pathetic in her physical prime. What I suggest is fight again. Shock the world. Train. Learn from this. Make adjustments. Get back in
Change
there.
camps.
She has every reason in the world. There's a fortune. A fortune to be made. She could donate some of it to charity. Do whatever you got to do. But do not go have Travis Brown's babies and call it a career. So they take a year off after the Holly Holm loss. She stops crying. She starts training. She doesn't do any media, though, and that's a major red flag because she's not psychologically prepared to be a fighter. She wasn't in the cage. She wasn't in training. She became soft and dumb. And that's the worst part because Ronda is a tough girl and she has skills. But the performance she put on, it wasn't just that Amanda did well. It wasn't just Amanda did well. It wasn't just, wow, she's an impressive fighter, which she is. It was the fact that Ronda's game plan was non-existent. Her striking defense looks like you just plucked anybody up off the street and said, hey, you want to be a fighter? And you put them in there and they have no idea how to play defense or avoid punches or control distance. She wandered into the pocket. The pocket is the area in which the other person can hit you. So when you're within range of them, there's a danger zone that you're trying to avoid. You're trying to be all the way outside of that or all the way inside. Or you are trying to be the one who initiates when you enter and when you leave that zone. Ronda wandered into it like she was a child lost at Disneyland. Just, where's my mommy? At the pool. What the fuck is going on? I'm being hit by a Brazilian lesbian. She didn't take damage well. She was confused, lost. I mean, and her coach is yelling at her. And here's the audio from, this is just amazing. So Edmund is yelling at her. Here's his exact play-by-play audio.
Brown spur. Dude, Travis Brown's getting knocked out too. Every one of Taverdian's fighters gets knocked the hell out. I wonder what he says to them after. Oh man, you didn't do what I taught you. No, they're doing what you teach them, Edward. Oh my god. My girlfriend is flicking me off from behind the door. Thank you. I see it. I see it now. Devin said lesbian. I did it. I totally did it. You don't get it, Devin. The reason the majority of white people voted for Trump is not because they think of themselves as a group under attack, but well, there's a variety of reasons, but because they knew it would benefit them as individuals. No. What? In what way? On what issue? If you think that the platform of Trump and the things that he is going to do, like overturn Obamacare and destabilize the world and not know what the fuck he's doing and not be a politician and be totally clueless, then you're just a monkey-ass idiot. There's no two ways about it. I mean, that's just who you are. So sick of talking about Trump. Fuck Trump. I hope he dies. Die today, Trump, please. I'm on record. Trump, die today. Yeah, time his ass out. Fuck him.
Head movement. Head movement. Head movement. Make her miss. Clinch. 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 No, no, no. But it sounded way more desperate and hairy and Armenian than that. But that Amanda Nunes, they were surprised that Amanda Nunes threw punches. It was as if they didn't know that she that she wanted to strike and would be throwing bombs from the onset, from the get-go. How about a game plan, guys? How about some strategy? Maybe don't go into the pocket? Maybe shoot for a takedown? Maybe a creative way to get to the clinch? No, she went in. So instead of writing cutesy positive reinforcements on her tape job, like you're the best, world champion, instead of prettifying your eye makeup and getting your cornrows just right, how about practicing moving your head to the left and then to the right, and then crouching up and down and using your feet to dictate where your body is in relation to the fists of this dangerous woman? Anything like that? No. Instead, she got beaten like a drum. Like an Indian drum, by the way. The Indians are the worst drummers in the universe.
Don't fight a man. Well, she trains with men. Why is he deleting all the gaps? You really can't figure that out for yourself? I'm trying to make it concise and not have random pauses in there. Because you're just trying to polish it up and put your best foot forward and make it as time efficient as possible. Shab was right. Don't feel bad for Ronda. Still a legend. Yeah.
My family, who are all musicians and drummers, mock them. You ever seen Indian drumming? It is the most unevolved, boring, rudimentary thing ever. It's just the same beat. Dum, 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 dum. It's like techno. It's early, red-faced techno. Dum, 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 dum. I mean, if somebody went in there and just did an offbeat one, dum, 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 they'd be like, what? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Spotted feather. You are not drumming on the beat. You have brought shame to our ancestors. Then you got to get Wes Clark Jr. to come in and apologize for the whole thing. It's crazy. So, I mean, let's look at the fight. Here it is. She comes in, okay, already she has no sense of range. She gets popped by a quick jab, and Amanda is focused, and she has urgency to her. And everybody knows Amanda is most dangerous in the first round. You have to tie her up. Get her on her ass. Get her on the ground. This is imperative for you. You can't just sit there and let her punch you. But watch. And by the way, watch how many punches Ronda connects with. So that exchange, a bunch of misses right there, okay? So here we come again. I mean, what was that, Ronda? What? So what are you doing? She seemed slow. She seemed untrained. Look at her just stumble into the pocket right here. Hello?
Oh, man. Girlfriend came home and I
Okay,
had to
so
at the kiss ass. Should kill my flow.
So look at this. After this kick from Amanda, Ronda comes in with a left, but it's a half-hearted. She doesn't even throw it. She just goes, let me just pretend that, oh shit, I'm in the pocket. What is happening? And then crack, crack. Plow, plow. Double, boom, boom. Hello, pow, pow. Look at that. Look at that. And look at Amanda throws those punches and immediately moves, pivots, gets out of the pocket. Then she comes back in for a kablow. Meanwhile, Ronda's like doing, let me do a push kick super slow. Well, guess what? Her reach and her extension is longer than your little foot, than your little leg, which was 10 seconds too slow anyway. So you cannot get in the pocket and then let me raise my knee and I'm going to do a push kick. It works so well in training with Edmund. Edmund didn't punch me back. When's my next photo shoot? When's my next movie? When's my next movie? So essentially, she's rocked. So essentially now she is rocked, and she's on Queer Street. Not that there's anything right with that. And she backpedals and puts her dukes up. Put the dukes up, Ronda. Yeah, that's gonna stop this. Whoom. And she misses because Ronda backed away. But here come these punches. She's swinging at her. Now, at this point, Ronda's offense is done. She's essentially just a lamb being slaughtered. So the legacy, the great fighting career of Ronda Rousey, gets completely derailed by her half-assed left hand, which she half threw, and then is standing in the pocket, which led to her standing in the pocket, standing, and then is which led to her standing in the pocket, flailing her arms around as if she's a blind person looking for the bathroom in a new apartment, getting cracked in the face with a 1-2. Now she's backing up. Here comes a kick. She tries to return the kick. A clumsy punch. She avoids a right hand from Amanda and gets her and has like an over-under Amanda and gets her from Amanda and has like an over-under situation here. But Amanda torques.
I was researching for a word, a Brazilian word for leverage, which is used by Henner Gracie, which is quite funny. It's a salabanco. Salabanco. They're all about salabanco over there. Really funny guys, Henner and Huron Gracie. They do these Gracie breakdowns. Many of you guys have... I'm going to cut to a video of them, which is very funny.
Oh, yeah, But then Amanda comes in, and uses that underhook and uses the leverage, otherwise known as alavanca, which is a shout out to Henner Gracie and the Gracie boys. and the entire Gracie family, who are the legends and pioneers of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And by the way, here's their breakdown of a recent fight out in Australia, which is oddly reminiscent of this fight.
And we will save all that. Yeah. And I will play you the video because that's just the kind of guy I am.
Many of you guys have seen this viral video, but what you don't know is the kangaroo is a very well-known sport Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. He has the dog in a Ru naked choke. The man comes to rescue his dog. Wha-pow! 2 times and slow motion. Boom! So even though this kangaroo has been training for many years, it's clear that sport Jiu-Jitsu does not teach the distance management, the punch protection, or anything else you need for a real bush fight. Now compare that to this classic match between the Kung Fu representative on the right and the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu practitioner on the left, who trains at our certified training center in Melbourne. Beautiful distance management, clinch, takedown, north-south, stomp kick, and then goes right into the immediate Ru naked choke. Look at the control. Look at the chest pressure. Calm, composed, maintaining perfect pressure while surveying for additional threats, and he's out. To anyone who says that there is no difference between street Jiu-Jitsu and sport Jiu-Jitsu, you're wrong.
He's awesome.
So yes, she uses this. So she uses her judo expertise to just throw off Ronda, who's already sort of rattled, and it was basically a half-ass attempt. It was basically a half-ass attempt at a takedown, or it was basically a half-ass attempt at a clinch. It was basically a. And here's Ronda backing up, Amanda coming forward, and she decides to go with the push kick, not a level change, to a fast approaching Amanda Nunes. She wouldn't even try that. Even though if she took this to the ground, put it this way, the real-time betting going on during this game, the live betting
game.
In this game, the live during this game, betting going on during this, the live betting, the betting going on during the real-time, this way, the real-time betting going on during this, the live betting, real-time betting going on during this, the live betting, the odds would have changed radically had she gotten Amanda on the ground, for obvious reasons. But her backing up and throwing, not even throwing. Look at that. What is that? That's a little, it's not even Karate Kid. It's just like, hey, yeah, here's a kick, yay. And to which Amanda goes, yeah, cute, thanks. Right, left, bang. Right, left, bang. Right on her goddamn temple. And what is Ron doing? She has her hands up. Oh, her coach told her to put her hands up. It would also be good to be aware and in the moment and actually use those hands to then block the punch. Don't just look like you're playing defense. Don't just look like you have a defense up. Use the defense. Having your hands up is not important unless you use those hands to block whatever punch is incoming. Once again, it looks like she's doing this for show, or that it looked good in training. And then she reverts to just, I don't even know what this is. Just let me just hold my hand out and just, what is going on? It's the Stevie Wonder defense here. Arms flailing, trying to catch shit, and here's an attempted clinch. Easily shoved off. And then a terrible attempt at terrible attempt at a jab from Ronda. Well, there's the reach advantage for you right there. So that's how that comes into play. But even if that punch connected from Ronda, it had nothing behind it. Look at it. She's not stepping into it. There's no twist on that. That's not even a punch. It's just like a, hey, please don't kill me quite yet.
Oh God, girlfriend. Oh God, the girlfriend is back up in my biz. Oh, fucking hell. Life gets in the way. Life finds a way.
Maybe 5 more minutes of this. I'm doing a recording.
Doing a recording now.
Want me to stop? Why? I know you're so. Huh? Hello? 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 I'm doing a recording now. Doing a recording. Doing a recording. Oh, sweet. Want me to stop? Maybe 5 more. Oh, sweet. Maybe 5 more minutes of this. Huh? Want me to stop? Yes. Why?
I can't wait to see the visuals to this video. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna risk it. I'm seeing that people are posting the fight up on YouTube and they're not taking it down. So we'll see how it goes. I gotta bump her audio. Bump up the jam. Bump it up while your feet up. Bump it.
Hello? What? Doing a recording. Oh,
she's so sweet. I got breakfast for you.
Oh, I got breakfast for you. Oh, sweet. Maybe 5 more minutes of this. 5? Huh? Want me to stop? Yes. Why? Because I'm here now and you need to pay attention to me. Why? Because I'm here now and you need to pay attention to me. I know, you're such a succubus. No. I'm doing a breakdown of Ronda Rousey fight.
Oh, okay, that is one point. Oh, I want to listen to it.
Well, listen to me? Oh, a little pressure. Okay, well, I'm just going through the fight. Okay. Okay.
Actually.
Oh God. My girlfriend is now sitting here watching me record, which has never happened, and it's putting a lot of. I have performance anxiety. Never happened, and it's putting a lot of. I have performance anxiety. Okay, I swear it's never like this. So Ronda gets cracked in the face, and I think that led to one of these images right here, where her face looks like it's going through some sort of interdimensional travel. I'm not sure. And she's a very attractive girl, but not as much as you, of course. But I mean, a face is not supposed to look like that, and that's embarrassing. But I guess photographers are just pressing the button rapid fire. So you're going to find some ad hom pauses, basically, if you're fighting Amanda Nunes. And so she backs up, and she tried a punch here. Look at this. A lead left hook. Misses. Doesn't land. and it's looping as hell. I mean, what is that? Did Edmund teach you that? And now she's just backing up. She's bouncing. She's still there mentally. Ooh, 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 ooh. I mean, what are you doing? Look at her. Look right now. Look right now. What is Ronda doing? She is right in the kill zone. Imagine Stephen Thompson letting somebody get this close to him. Letting somebody get this close to him. He would have leaped back like a gazelle about 10 feet ago. He'd been like, there's no way I'm letting you get this close to me, especially if you're get this close to me, especially if you're not close to me, especially this close to me, especially if you're especially to me, especially if letting you get this close to me, especially if you're a devastating striker. You're asking to be KO'd. And that's what happens. Amanda, solid, tight punches, perfect technique, rocks her again. That stuns her. Look at her arms now. And Edmund Taverdian is clinch, 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 no, head movement, anything, bang. Anything, bang, bang. Oh my God. Now this is painful because now it just feels like, oh my God, why are we letting this woman get beaten on? It's like, is she even a fighter? What are we doing here? We're witnessing a massacre. So funny. Oh. And she comes in. Oh my God, looking like a hug here. I'm not sure what this is about. Bang, get off me. Just chucks her into the cage. Bang, here's another one. Eat that. And by the way, this woman's getting paid something like $6 million for this when all's said and done. So don't feel too bad for her. I think she made something like $150,000 per second of this fight. So for $150,000, I'd let this woman punch me for 1 second. And then boom, boom. Now she's stumbling. Her feet are going. Oh God, and that's the kill shot right there. See it again, slow motion. Just embarrassing. Herb Dean steps in mercifully, but she doesn't go down. She did not fall to the ground, which reminds me of Raging Bull, the famous movie with Robert De Niro, where he walks up to the man and says the following. He said, "Hey, Ray." He's like all busted up. He got beat his ass. He said, "Hey, Ray." He's like all busted up. He got his ass beaten for the whole fight. And he goes, never got me down, Ray. You never got me down. And his face is all a mess. But there is some pride to that, to lose like that. It's the same way that when somebody doesn't tap out, you know, they go unconscious, and it's weird because people respect that more.
Than tapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You respect it more?
Yeah.
Who did it just recently? Paige Van Zandt. She just went out. Holly Holm didn't tap.
What's her name? Misha. Never used to tap until... Misha. Never used to tap until Ronda almost broke her arm.
Yeah, it was hard to make her tap. It's true though, once you tap once, your second tap is not quite as...
Yeah.
You're quicker to tap a second time. You're quicker to tap.
Who tapped out so quickly? Who was that?
There's a few people. Sage
Sage did. Sage did.
Sage tapped pretty quick.
Sage was like, what?
And he's like, this doesn't feel good. I'm out. And then he tapped again the second time.
He did.
Yeah, So, what can we say about Ronda? You can't take anything away from her. All her victories are legit. She is a pioneer. She's a millionaire. She earned it all. She's going to have a great life. It's provided that she can overcome her emotional baggage. Provided that she can overcome her emotional baggage, which is easier said than done. I like her. I'm rooting for her. I hope she's taking this loss better. I'm hoping she has some good people.
Wrong.
Not just yes men.
Love you, awesome dude. Wrong. Hebrew. I'm just going to wrong everything in here. It's got to be Henka, surely. That would be legendary. Henrik Larsson to the proletariat? What are you guys talking about? Devon's girlfriend is gracing us with her presence again. Wrong. Thank you. I cannot read your name, but I guess it's Hebrew and fuck Palestine. Right.
Behind her. Men behind her. I'm hoping she can get rid of Edmund Terverdian.
Yes.
Exactly. That guy is deep. That guy is douche. He's not a good person to have in your corner. I was delighted when Fabricio Verdum kicked him in his gut. That was pleasant to witness. I don't know what's going to become of Ronda. I know she has so many deals in the works and her brand has been sullied probably beyond repair. It's never going to be the same. She should take a page out of Connor's book and look what he did after a loss. I'm not saying she should rematch. Actually, it would be very impressive if she trained and then rematched Amanda Nunes. Win, lose, or draw. People would call her crazy. People would call her crazy. People would call her crazy. But I mean, look, she could do jiu-jitsu tournaments and all that stuff, but it just is not becoming of a champion and somebody who had aspirations to be a legendary fighter, to lose 2 fights and basically be beaten mentally after the first loss. And to come out like this, I mean, this is nothing. This cannot be your lasting memory. This cannot be the lasting impression we have of Ronda Rousey. This is nothing. This cannot be the lasting impression we have of Ronda Rousey or Honda Housey.
Good job, sweetie.
Yeah.
Would you like tea?
Would you like tea or coffee?
She is just the whole fight.
Good job, sweetie.
Yeah.
Would you like tea? Good job, sweetie.
Yeah.
Would you like tea?
Yeah.
Would you like tea? Good job, sweetie.
Yeah.
Would you like tea?
Okay, that is the final thing. Ronda Rousey. There we go. Now, the visuals on this are going to take a little time. Maybe I'll spare you guys that. But, because I'm going to have to record, listen to it back, and then videotape me scrolling through the animation of it all. And there's a lot of shit that, has to be done for that. But at least the audio is done. So, morning from Philly. What up, Matt? He was way smarter. The guy was genius. That guy? What in the hell? Wisty. English is your first language. Haha, what is Devin doing? What am I doing? How dare you? How dare a virgin question me? Don't ask what I'm doing. Ask to copy what I'm doing. That will benefit you. Gilstrup said the same things Devin Triologic says. Who's Gilstrup? So, Danish. Okay, fine. You get a pass. So I hope that this video doesn't get taken down. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll roll the dice. Chat is different than your video. Devin, is Sargon really black? Yeah, he's part black. Somewhere in his background. I don't know why it's relevant. I mean, like, we're all part black if you want to go back that far, Jesus. But, yeah. So, guys, have a good day. I'm going to go see about other things. And I'll get back to finishing this, and I'll probably post it up later today. Okay? Goodbye.